So, hello everybody, and welcome back to Simulation Section. It's me and the more central, that northern person that travels round on buses, and buys buses, and drives buses, and lives a lot of life of buses. Let's not question that today. And welcome back to the Adstow Project Beta 7. Today we're up at Colstead Retail Park. We're up here today with First Eastern Counties Norwich based 69543. This is a Volvo B7R Elite Eclipse 2 registered BF12 KWG and carries this incredibly unique, and believe me, in person it looks really cool as well, just as cool as it looks now. Whereas this really unique Norwich Pride livery as part of the original Network Norwich branding that they are sort of retaining in dribs and drabs as FirstBus is going towards a more corporate ultraviolet livery. I will admit that Norwich are doing very well, even though they have debranded most of their route brands now. Still keep certain liveried vehicles on certain routes to still sort of give that effect of like the network that I think is really cool. This is part of the First Eastern Counties Repaint pack, which was released not so long ago by Essex Eclipse 2, who popped me an email not so long ago asking if I could have a little look at this repaint pack. And as someone that absolutely loves Norwich, I absolutely love going to the place. The pubs are amazing, the restaurants are amazing. Just the vibe is so nice, so chilled out. It's such a beautiful. They refer to it as the fine city, and it is such a fine city. It's so nice. And on top of that, I love exploring the bus network. So I see all the buses, photograph all the buses when I go. When I got sent the link for this repaint pack, I had a little look. Within 30 seconds of being sent the link, the repaint pack was already downloaded. So, yeah, we're going to be taking this very uniquely liveried vehicle, 69543, on the 24 service today, which takes us from here, that is Colstead Retail Park, as I say, on a very short 15-minute trip back into Adstow and to the bus station. I thought we'd do it this way around, just to be sort of a little bit different compared to what we've done in the past. Where I think previously, the last time I drove this was a first Kerno liveried B7 Gemini in the previous release, and we drove it up here. So I thought in this latest variation would have a drive a bit in the opposite direction, just to have a little bit of sort of excitement and see it from a different perspective, as well as seeing all the latest updates. So this vehicle did used to carry a separate livery. It did used to be a green-fronted single-deck bus. I can't remember where it's previous. I think it was... Oh, the name has escaped me. Weymouth, that's the one. This was, I believe, previously a Weymouth bus. So initially it was an Eclipse vehicle, as far as I'm aware. So it used to be on the Gosport to Fareham Eclipse route. Please do correct me if I am wrong. It used to be on the Gosport to Fareham Eclipse route, and there is a video coming out on that on the Ammo Central channel very soon. Of real life, one of the real life allocations on that nowadays, and a full assessment of that. It used to be one of them. Then it went down to Weymouth, got its green front for their route branding that they did very similar to Norwich, and has now transferred over to Norwich. A few of these have retained sort of their original livery. A couple have been painted into the new ultraviolet. A couple have been painted into a heritage livery, and this one got painted into the Pride colours, which I think is just such a cool livery. It has been so nicely replicated in OMSI 2, as you can see. The finite details on this incredibly complex livery have been so nicely put into OMSI and onto the vehicle. Like, doing the repaint and bits like that is never easy, and I mean, goodness me, a repaint like this, goodness me, the detail, the accuracy, just is so cool. Like, all the different flags, like the different bits of artist drawing that were done, all the sort of the colour contrast, it's so cool. So I thought it would just be worth having a little go in this. So we'll get it blinded up, and we will head over to the stands. So yes, we are definitely the 24, not the 24A. Excellent stuff. So let's make a move. So our stand is just over there. Car didn't want to let me in. That car is still not wanting to let me in. I'm going to let the AI traffic decide what they're doing. Okay, I'm going to just going to just let them crack on, and we'll make a move round. So although I'm not going to touch too much on it in this video, because I did in the previous video, this is a work in progress map. There is no release date set on this yet. You may see things that aren't 100% right. You may see things that you think, oh, well, that needs changing, or that needs adapted, or something like that. And you may see AI traffic behaving badly. That is because this is not the finished product. This is a work in progress. I can promise you that by the time this map is ready for release, it will be as perfect as maps come. Because I know that the person has put a lot of love and care and effort and energy and heart and soul into this map to make it as good as it is now. I've watched this map grow. It has been so cool watching it develop. And as I say, when it does release, it will be perfect. So it will be worth waiting for. There's no release date yet. But as I say, enjoy this map for what it is. It is still a work in progress map. But just like all the other videos, I have the excitement of showing you all the exciting different routes and services and networks and bits like that. That is my cue to change the weather to somewhere else, because I always have it on real life weather. There we go, for the clouds, but occasionally it does like to change. So we are back in the veiling again. Yes, I know there's been a lot of veiling pack recently, but I couldn't resist driving with this livery. And I really enjoy driving this this vehicle pack as well. It really is nice, and it suits the map so well. It really does suit the map well. So it just made sense to sort of just put 2 and 2 together. So the Repaint pack itself that I'm using is available to download. It's on a different forum to what we normally sort of download our bits and bobs on. The forums that it is on is a sort of smaller one. Not as many releases, but I tell you, I had a little look for all the releases and I must have downloaded about 10 different Repaint packs just by having literally a 2-minute look. The talent on that forum is absolutely amazing. Go and check out their downloads. Go and have a little look. And as I say, there's all sorts on there. I've downloaded the Brighton and Hove and Blue Star repaint packs for the longer length Omnidecker, because there's not that many repaints out for that. So I have downloaded them, so I'm going to be driving a Brighton and Hove Omnidecker at some point soon. That'll be exciting. I've also downloaded a couple of the other FirstBus liveries that we'll be featuring in videos soon. But yeah, there's absolutely all sorts on there that is really worth having a look at. It really is, and I mean, all the repaints I saw on there, like the finish on them and all of that lot was amazing. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video, this repaint pack was sent to me, was suggested to me. You can send in, if you have made a repaint pack, a boss, a map, or you've got a work in progress you'd like me to showcase and sort of give like a bit of a sneak peek to people with, always send me an email. It is amc.ammorecentral@gmail.com. Please do not feel like you've got to write that down from my northern accent. It is in the description below, so you can copy and paste it from there. Believe me, that's a lot easier than having to write it down from someone saying it on a video. So it is there. So pop me an email. I always take a look. I don't always reply straight away, so my apologies for that, because it is just me. It's just like one person. I don't have a secretary. I don't have anything like that. It's just me. But as I say, feel free to pop me an email with something in. As I say, this was suggested to me, and this repaint pack is very much down my street. As you saw in the previous video, we drove 37722, which is an ex-city of Bradford B90L Gemini, and I told you all about the history of that vehicle. It is a quirky vehicle. It was the only City of Bradford liveried vehicle to escape West Yorkshire and to run outside of West Yorkshire in those colours, and it is still running around in those colours to this day around Norwich. And I did that in the previous video on the rail replacement run, so we did the rail replacements in the opposite direction to what we did at the start of our mini Adstow takeover. So with that in mind, it is worth mentioning that this repaint pack really does take on the details of the First Eastern Counties fleet. It's not just a repaint pack that has a couple of priority like key bus lines and all of that lot, so you can recreate the key brands. This repaint pack has the ability that if someone made a map of Norwich, this repaint pack could allow you to create some of the most accurate first bus in Norwich and first Eastern counties vehicle allocations going. There are so many different repaints. There are so many different route brands, branded, debranded, different vehicle types, different specifications, different individual liveries replicating individual vehicles. My favourite example of this, which I fear is going to be featuring in a video very, very soon, in the next video or two, because there's so many repaints to show you all. But another one that's going to be featuring is going to be 37532, which is an ex-First Glasgow V90L, and every time I go down to Norwich I try and find it, but it never comes to Norwich on the time that I'm there because it's a Lowestoft based bus, and that is still in its Glasgow livery with the blue front like the ones we've got running around Sheffield at the moment. We love AI traffic. We love them. We absolutely love them. I mean, it's just like real life. I mean, they do that to you in the real world. I mean, I've been driving about the past few days, driving the buses, and that has happened to me a couple of times. So, kudos, accurate AI, accurate AI. But to such a degree that that particular vehicle, just like 37732, is within this multitude of repaints. Like, there are absolutely tens and tens of them. Like, there are loads of repaint for different vehicles, different vehicle types. I mean, I'm very much more obsessed with the B9s and that sort of thing. So I think the next few videos on this repaint pack are very much going to be hammering it in on them. But there is also other repaints I want to check out, and other bits I want to look at. There's just absolutely so much. It is unreal. It really, really is so detailed in how much is there. That is absolutely perfect for our friend the OMSI presentation tools. Look at that. That is spot on. But what I also love about the repaints is it's the complexity of all the different repaints available, but also the detail. Like, for example, this could quite happily have like a white roof or something like that, but no, the detail has gone that far with it that it actually has its real roof, which is still the green livery because they only applied a wrap and didn't apply the rest of it. And I just think that that sheer level of detail is just like, it's just amazing. And to say that it is that same level of detail on every single repaint in this repaint pack, like it is not just this one, every single repaint. And I have driven used quite a few of them off camera as well to sort of test bits and to just check bits out. Every single one has that same detail. It is amazing. I'm gonna see, will this work as well? Oh, it does. Excellent. Oh, I like turny. I like near side turny screenshots because I don't tend to get that many. Sort of in turning in this angle. As you can see, you can get an incredibly nice full sort of length screenshot of the bus. So you can admire the full livery. That's really what I want to get out of the thumbnail of this video, is just how cool this livery is. I really do. That's why I chose it. I was like, there's so many liveries to choose from. And like, there's all the different coloured front liveries. There's the ultraviolet one. There's the heritage sort of Eastern national livery as well. There's absolutely tons. But I really wanted to convey some of the more highly detailed liveries and some of the ones with the more complexity and the unique nature of these like liveries that they have, and I felt that this just really hit the spot with that. Like, I've done 2 visits to Norwich so far. The first one I fell in love with the city, and the second one I fell in love with the city again. And on the first visit I didn't actually see this bus. I only actually saw it on the visit that I did a few weeks ago, and when I saw it I was just like, oh my goodness me, that livery's amazing. We were in one of the shops, and I sort of left the shop to have a look at the livery and get a photograph of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's just the detail and the just the unique nature of the livery. Like, don't get me wrong, all areas like the Pride liveries and the bits, the rainbows and bits like that, really cool. But there's not many liveries that have this much sort of personality to them. And I just thought it's just absolutely amazing. And then obviously I find out that it's in OMSI as part of this amazing repaint pack. So well, we're driving with that, we're giving that a go. And it just looks really cool. It's just really cool, and what I really like is all of these individual unique liveries have been showcased, and that's what I'm going to really try and get across when I'm doing a few more videos on this repaint pack. Is I'm just going to try and get across the unique liveries. Like, obviously I do want to try and keep it eastern counties as much as I can. Yes, the first video of this repaint pack was of the City Bradford livery bus that they run, and one of the other videos is probably going to be of the First Glasgow livery bus that they run around the Eastern Counties network. But I just want to convey across just all the unique liveries, like not the basic sort of route brands and the stuff like that, but all of these individual ones are just so cool. I love it when repaint packs like take ages to be released, but when they come out, there's just so much going on. It is unreal. And this is one of them. Like, I just, every time I sort of set up one of these videos, I have absolutely no idea which repaint I'm going to choose, because there's just that many to choose from. And I'm getting to that stage anyway with all the other bits that I've got as well, like the other repaint packs that I downloaded off the same forums. All the other repaint packs on there, and all the repaints that have been released recently on the Fellows Film forums. Like, there's just so much excitement going on with these realistic liveries, and the finite level of detail that we're getting in OMSI 2. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing what the community is achieving at the moment. It really, really is. I mean, I am in a position now, and it's been a very, very long time since I have been in this position, where I genuinely go to record one of these videos and I'm like, what on earth do I film? There's just so much to do. It's like, I want to do a revisit very soon, because we'll probably take a little bit of a break from Adstow and then come back to it. So we'll come back to it in a couple of videos' time. But I want to have a look once again at Lincolnshire, because we've got the pre-release, the new 103 route. So I want to do another little drive on that at some point. Have another look at that, because that'd be cool. Then I want to have another look at the work in progress for West Country that you all saw. The new bus rapid transit system on that I just think is so cool. Really, really cool. Like, you get really good maps like this, and you've got sort of the towns, you've got the seaside vibe with this. Then you go to Lincolnshire and you've got sort of that very rural dynamic of sort of like going between towns and cities, but travelling just for miles and miles and miles in realistic rural scenery. And then you can like go on that route in real life and like, oh my gosh, I've driven this in the virtual world. So you've got that, and then you've got the likes of West Country, where they've just basically gone, IMEX and the team have gone, let's do something totally different. And we can now drive along this bus rapid transit system with bus gates, and the realistic thing of a bus rapid transit system sort of cutting out all of the horrible commuter roads that you get stuck on, and just sort of going under the tunnels and sort of found this proper like fast track sort of Eclipse busway style busway scheme. It's so cool. So I think, having been on the Eclipse busway between Gosport and Fareham not so long ago, there is a video coming out on that very soon on the channel, on the Ammore Central channel, the main one, that I do all the real life bus stuff on. I feel like, having been on that recently, I do feel like it is time to record another video taking a look at the West Country work in progress, just purely because, having now been on a busway like that, because believe it or not, I hadn't been on one to that point. I've been on a lot of bus guideway systems. I hadn't been on any busway systems that were just dedicated BRT without the guideway. So it was really cool having been on one of them in real life. I feel like I can bring a lot more conversation to the table now that I've actually been on a real life variation of what they're looking to sort of replicate. So obviously I don't want to spoil the Ambar Central video too much, but I can't. Are you walking up to me now? Yes, you are. Good. I was like, I can't get much closer because me and the bus stop flag are going to become one, and I don't particularly want that with my passengers on board as well. I mean that will not be the most popular decision of the day, I don't think. Let's see if we can get another screen of this, because it does actually look quite a nice angle. I love the presentation tools. I absolutely love them, and I absolutely love the livery. And I'm very thankful that I drove it in the direction I did, because the sunlight seems to be very much benefiting us. Sometimes when I do these runs and the sun's sort of facing the opposite direction, it's really difficult to get screenshots, and I have had it in the past where I've had to sort of revisit sort of somewhere and I revisit driving the bus to get a good screenshot for the thumbnail. This is worth having a little chat about. I don't quite know 100% what it's inspired on. I know that it'll be sort of based off like the idea of a fictitious sort of fork in the line to the harbour and the old ferry shuttles. But what it really gives me the vibe of, especially I would very much, I'm biased based on the fact I have talked about Weymouth, and this vehicle that we're driving was ex-Weymouth, but it reminds me of the Weymouth ferry shuttle to sort of that used to go to the station in Weymouth. Now, most of the tracks are still there, and there are videos online that I used to watch when I was young, when I was starting off in the train sim world. And it's a line I really wanted to drive in train sim, because it was this idea that the train left Weymouth station, and on a few occasions on the ferry run, they did it mostly as enthusiast tours near the end when it was shut around BR days and BR Blue days. But they used to take class 33s down it, and they'd have to sort of shut the road off, and then you'd sort of, the train would come down the middle of the road going all the way to sort of the ferry, going all the way to the port bit. And I just thought it was so cool. There is a video on YouTube that you can watch if you have no idea what I'm on about. Just type in something like the Weymouth ferry train or the Weymouth boat train or something like that. It comes up and it's some clip from like the late 80s, early 90s. It's so worth watching. It's about a 10-minute video. It's so worth watching because it's just such a surreal experience, especially nowadays when we don't get that much. There's not that much exciting. Don't get me wrong, we still get the odd bit of excitement with the railways, but not as many bizarre things like that. So it was just a really cool thing to sort of look at and enjoy. And it is a really cool video. Really lucky with stuff like that we do have bits like that on YouTube. That was a bit naughty. Although again, the AI traffic replicating real world behaviours. Again, I have had that in the past couple of days of my real life bus driving, where I'd set off on a mini roundabout and someone, when it wasn't their priority, had decided that they were going to go anyway, which always provides a bit of unanticipated and unexpected surprise in life. And I'm going to say surprise because I'm going to be nice about it, but always adds a bit of unexpected thrill. That's the one. Always unexpected thrill into the day-to-day life. But hey ho. So yeah, this 24 is not a long run. We are pretty much there now. But I thought it'd be nice to sort of do it in the opposite direction to what we did before. Have a look at some bits that have changed, because some bits have subtly changed, some bits have been added. And it's also quite nice to explore and discuss areas that, yes, I've probably driven over quite a few times in previous videos, but we've not really had a chat about. That's always pretty fun. And we get to drive into the new bus station. That in itself is pretty cool. Although this time I am actually going to remember that I've got to turn right, rather than looking and going, oh gosh, yes, I was supposed to turn there, and not realising. I really do like this bus station. I like how simplistic but also detailed it is. It sort of gives me Oh, that might be a nice screenshot. It sort of gives me a little bit of Penzance vibes. I don't know if that was what was intended, but I do get Penzance vibes from it. Let's just up that a little bit because I do want to show the green roof as well because again I'm a sucker for extra details like that. Absolute sucker for stuff like that. It does sort of give me Penzance bus station vibes. That's really nice because in all honesty, I haven't decided if I'm going down to Cornwall this year. I do usually go down every year. For those of you that have seen me and said hi to me in the past, I do usually go to the Penzance running day VR revival. I absolutely love going, but I do sort of make a few days of it. So I usually go on all the First Southwest buses that unfortunately is no longer an option. That is really still really sad. I know some people don't miss them and some people disliked it and all of that lot, but I really liked it. I really liked going there and seeing the network and seeing what they're on and travelling on the random cascades from all over the place on routes that they definitely were not intended for. And it was always exciting. Yeah, I am going to miss it, and I haven't quite decided if I'm going to go down yet or not. We'll have to see what happens. But it's quite nice to drive somewhere where, whether it was intended or not, it's still pretty cool to have that Penzance bus station vibes. The only thing I think I'd change is I'd have the bus station facing the other way so you could sort of have the sea in the background. And that'd be the only thing. But I do like the fact that you can sort of sit here and you can see all the beach huts. I think that's really cool. But yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have done, then do be sure to click that like button, as that way more people can find the video and enjoy just like you have, and we can continue to grow the simulation section YouTube channel, which means I can continue to do more exciting videos. So, and if you haven't already as well, then do be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this from OMSI 2, the bus simulator, lots of exclusive maps, lots of exclusive repaints, lots of exclusive stuff on here that you'll only see on this channel coming up, and lots of videos of stuff that is exclusive, that is only featured here that you can already enjoy, as well as all my train simulator antics as well. I've just downloaded a few more scenarios for train simulator. So we'll have a few of them to drive in the upcoming videos. For now though, thank you all for watching. Thank you for your continued support towards the channel, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one I make. Bye for now. Bye.